Okay, so let's practice some sentences. How would you say, can you ask her? Kan du fråga henne? And if you said, kan du fråga hon, that would be incorrect. Kan du fråga hon? And this is a mistake that you'll sometimes hear actually Swedish people say, that they confuse the honom and the han, the henne and the hon. So I suppose it's not the end of the world, but at the same time, it's not really correct. So if you want to say, can you ask her, her is the object form. So you have to say henne. Kan du fråga henne? If she has it. So this is the other part of the question. Can you ask her if she has it? And to say if in Swedish, you would say om. And this word om, O-M, 2 letters, O-M, this word can also mean about. It has the same meaning as about. Because Swedish is one of those languages where one word can mean a lot of different things. So the word om, it can be used as if, and you can also use it as about. Anyway, in this case, it means if. So how would you say, can you ask her if she has it? Kan du fråga henne om hon har den? Om hon har den, or det, depending on the context. I need to have my book. How would you say that? Jag behöver ha min bok. Jag behöver ha min bok. Att behöva, to need. And if you once again say, I haven't read it, how would you say that? Jag har inte läst den. Att läsa becomes har läst. If you want to say she's an inspiration, she is an inspiration, how would you do that? Okay, here the pronunciation is important because it's the same spelling as in English. So what you need to say is hon är en inspiration. So the inspiration, the sh sound, it becomes a h sound. So that's inspiration, inspiration. Okay, so let's continue on by repeating pronouns as objects. Before we talked about henne, that was her. So let's begin from the beginning. How did you say to me? Like, give this to me. To me, how do you say that? Till mig. Till mig. What about to you? So be careful. It's not till du. If you said till du, it's incorrect. So what's the correct word? It's rhyming with the one above, mig. Till dig. So to you, because now we're talking about the pronoun as an object in the end. Unfortunately, or I suppose fortunately, depending on how you look at it, in English it's the same. You say you when you want to start the sentence, like you give it to him. So the you for the beginning, when you're starting the sentence and you're talking about the pronoun as a person, as a subject you would say, the person in the beginning, then you say you, du in Swedish. However, if you want to talk about it as an object at the end of the sentence, to him, for him, then you have to say dig, to you, till dig. What about to him? Till honom. And of course we said to her was till henne. So what about to it? Till den or till det. And to us? Till oss. So once again, the us part is very similar. We, us becomes oss. So you can see the parallels. And to say to you in plural, how would you say that? Till er. So we haven't practiced this as much. But what you'd say is till er. To say to them, how would you say that? Till dom. So the pronunciation is the same. Dom in the beginning, but it's just spelled differently. You had one was D-E, the other one was D-E-M. And we said that actually Swedish people, they get this confused. So You can do it the easy way and just write DOM. Always just write DOM, and that would be correct, although it's not the most formal way. Okay, so now we're ready to talk about a different type of pronoun, and that is what's referred to as the reflexive pronoun, because reflexive is when you're referring back to something. So for instance, in English, when we want to say, I wash myself, you add on the myself to refer to I'm washing myself, going back to myself. And if you want to talk about he, you don't say he washes he or he washes him. You say he washes himself. So for certain words, you need to refer back to the person who's doing it. So these words are called reflexive. So let's look at a few of these examples in Swedish. So to say myself in Swedish, you would say mig. That's very easy because that's the same as the object pronoun, right? Till mig. And also, if you want to say myself, you say mig. It's spelled M-I-G. So how do you think with this logic, how do you think you would say yourself? Dig. Yeah, so it's pretty easy. It's the same as the one we practiced before. However, if you want to say himself, you wouldn't say honom, himself, you would say sig. Sig. Is it interesting? It sounds like say in English, but it's spelled S-I-G and it's pronounced sig. Sig. Herself is the same. Sig. And also itself, also the same. Sig. If you want to say ourselves, then you have to say oss. So it's the same as the pronoun in the object form. Give it to us. We wash ourselves. In Swedish, you would use oss in both those cases. So what would you guess that yourselves would be? Well, yourselves would be er. Er. And then themselves would be sig. So what you can see is that for himself, herself, itself, and themselves, you would use sig in all those cases. And for the remaining ones, you use the regular object pronoun, like to, me, till, mig.